there's a lot of people still, and we're gonna talk about this because I want to get into like your process, and because a lot of people have different process, and I
Of
think it's good to
course.
talk about. There's a lot of people who just spray and pray
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
and like I think I'm definitely I've done both, where I've done like a lot of ideas and a lot of hooks, and I think for me, where I'm most effective and what I enjoy most is like a song. Like I like to do a song, but I think there's an art to realizing an idea. It's time to move on from an idea.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think like the only way to learn how to do that and like when to cut an idea off or to just move on from it is just by doing it a bunch of times and
Of
like that
course.
repetition, you know?
Repetition, and then like I said, we had came up and we had written a bunch of songs. Again, we're artists still. We signed to Geffen Interscope Con Live with
Wow.
Akon.
Yeah.
We were signed for 4 years. We dropped Losing It, one song, and we couldn't get nothing shaken, so we left there. And then Ray was like, I think we should tone down on the artist thing for a while. And his thing, which I found to be 100% accurate, in the music business, when you're hot, you can do anything you want. So he's like, if we get hot, I promise you the artist thing will come back around, but don't go in the room and like, yo, you give me a beat. And we're like, what? We're art. Just focus on the writing. And we focus on the writing. And we did Pour It Up, and we did Kisses Down Low, and we did Man Down, and we did what else did we do? We Can't Stop. And We Can't Stop is the song that got us introduced to Luke. Luke wanted to meet us, and we met Luke. And then while working with Luke, a mutual friend named Groove says to Luke, like, oh, you're working with Rock City, that's gonna be crazy. Da 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 da. And Luke is like, why? I'm like, bro, they're better artists than they are songwriters. And he's like, oh, for real? So Luke comes to the studio the next day and say, hey, if I made music for you, if we made music for you together, what would it sound like? Me and my brother's like, we're not being artists.
Yeah.
We're just writing songs.
Yeah.
We're here to try to get on Katy Perry.
Yeah.
What's going on? But we were hot.
Yeah.
And this is how things are coming full circle. And we're like, the first song we did together was a song called I'm That, which is like a huge song in the Virgin Islands, right? And we do our album, What Dreams Are Made Of, and we do Locked Away. And it's #1 in like 127 countries. And we go on tour with Adam Levine. And it's like all from being hot at something. Something started to work, and people and then we got with Luke, and he's like, "Yo, I'll make your music," and then made our music, and then we went to Sony and dropped me. So I definitely do believe in heat attracts everything.
That dude.